Greetings. After 2 years of filming or posting on YouTube, I figured it's probably a good time to tell you what my channel is about and why I'm doing all of this. So that's what today's talk is going to be about, and thank you for joining me. If you're new to the channel, very special thanks. Well, I shouldn't say special thanks. I appreciate everybody and everyone that tunes in, whether you subscribe or not. But if you take a second to hit that button right over in that corner, it'll take you to the subscribe link. If you can't find that on the TV or something, go down on your phone or computer down below here, and there's a little red subscribe button, which really helps the YouTube algorithm to know people actually want to hear what I have to say. It's a beautiful day here. There's a plane or something flying over. That seems to be my burden, is to always be near airports. If you don't know who I am, I'm Chip, and this channel is CP59Fit. You can find me on Instagram at CP59Fit with the numbers 59, or on Facebook at CP59Fit by spelling out 59. Apparently they don't like numbers in names on Facebook. At least not for personal pages, and I set that up to kind of separate it from my personal page. I am enjoying this sun, but really the main reason I want to do this video is to tell you, not go into all the details that are in other videos, so we'll just condense it to that I survived what should have been a life-threatening stroke 7 years ago. Went in the hospital paralyzed, walked out with nothing, quote unquote, nothing wrong with me. What the medical terminology is, 0 deficits, after being on my whole left side paralyzed when I arrived. Anyway, in the 7 years, almost 8 years since then, I followed medical advice for about 3.5 years and gained approximately 48 pounds. And so the past about 4 years ago, I realized that wasn't actually working too well. And so 4 years ago, I started researching and found what would work. So I talk about that on this channel, on how to, the channel is called CP59Fit. When I first started, it had a subtitle of Unconventional Healthy Living Strategies. That has generally meant talking to you about how I have transitioned from the standard American diet to a ketogenic diet, then to kind of ketovore, and then to carnivore, which is mostly animal products. Now, it's not just beef. I would eat lamb. I just don't have access to it very easily, but you can eat anything from any animal, which it be eggs, milk, butter, shellfish, fish, chicken, duck, pork, wild animals, if you like, bison or deer or bear, whatever you can get in your area. It's just anything, any animal or anything from an animal, anything that can be traced back to an animal. And generally, if it doesn't have a barcode on it, it's better. So anyway, on this channel, I share research that I have done, which is usually doctors on YouTube that are quoting research studies that they have studied. And I try to take it and make it so the average person can understand it, because I really don't want you to have to go through what I went through if we can prevent it. And I'm not going to say that I'm not giving medical advice. That's my disclaimer. I'm not a medical person. I'm not a scientific person, even though I do have a bachelor's in science degree, which required me to have, I think, a year of biology, a year of chemistry, a certain amount of physics, and a certain amount of physiology of organisms. I also learned about trees and bugs and lots of natural things. So I do have a science background. So as far as that will take me is to say that I am not a researcher. I don't even have access to read a lot of the research studies. I will do a video in the not too distant future about the different types of studies that come out and which ones you should pay more attention to. And I got to tell you right now, here's a what do you call it? The thing that's a spoiler alert. It's not the ones that the media brags about and shares all over the news, because they'll take a little snippet, turn it all around, mix it up, and then tell you, oh, eggs are bad. Oh, but next week they're good. Oh, then the next week, oh, wait, they're bad too, because we asked 100 people what they ate for the last 5 years, and they said they ate an egg, and then they got cancer, so eggs are bad. You can see the problem with epidemiological studies, but I will go into that into another video. And another thing that's really starting to concern me is financial health in the big broad scheme of things in this country. So I'll probably be sprinkling in some, not financial advice, but maybe some of the people I've studied and what they recommend for how to survive this upcoming fiat currency collapse, I think is the best way to explain it. If you don't know what fiat currency is, then yeah, we got to talk about that. In fact, I will tell you, I'm just getting back from a trip to a Aldi supermarket where I bought another dozen cans of canned meat. They call it Brookdale luncheon meat. Hormel calls it Spam. It's basically a processed Spam product. So it has a barcode on it, but it's mainly meat. It's kind of like bacon if you slice it thin enough. And it keeps for, I think 2026 was the best by date, so 3 years. They still have them for $1.95. Bacon is now $4 a pound, and eggs are $5 a dozen. It's pretty bad when eggs cost more than bacon. That's a flip from my whole life. Bacon, as any kind of meat, has always been more expensive than eggs. But eggs are one thing I eat a lot of. So I'm buying them down the street here at a, what I would call a specialty store. They get them locally, i.e. in the state that I am. I'm not mentioning the state because I want this to be more evergreen than a date and time and location typical video. But suffice it to say that the semi-locally, or at least statewide grown enhanced omega-3 eggs at this specialty store down in the kind of the old town of this area are about $1.20 less than the factory farmed eggs at Aldi. So I also scored by buying a ham for 50% off. They're not out of date or anything. They just forgot to take the for sale sign down. So when it rang up at full price, I questioned it, and they gave it to me for half price, and then they ran around the store and took all the 50% off signs down. I've only got about 6 days left at this particular house sit, which I'm not mentioning, but if you might know it from other videos. But so I didn't want to buy 10 pounds of chicken wings or 10 pounds of pork chops, so I bought like 9 pounds of ham. But a lot of ham is waste. I'll actually feed the dog the fat I don't eat. But yeah, I eat a lot of fat on this diet. So basically, I just want you to know I'm doing this channel mainly for you to share medical research. Try to convert it into commoner's language and share it with you because I care about your health. I'm not necessarily doing this channel to make money, even though I think eventually I will make some money off of it. I think it may take 5 years now. At first I thought 2, but I'm kind of already past the 2-year mark, and I haven't really caught the traction yet. But please do know that I care about you. I wish you the best of health, and I hope you will continue to watch, subscribe, and comment down below about what you really want to hear from me. And I will do my best to condense the knowledge that I find from. And I will say this, I like a lot of doctors, but each one has their own tilt on things. So sometimes I have to take 80% of what one doctor says and about 70% of another. Because none of us, even myself, even with all the different perspectives, I can't come down to quite the right answer all the time. But I will do my best, and I will share it with you through this channel over the next 2 or 3 years before I go off on some other wild adventure. So have a great day. I've got a Koji link with Koji.com at CP59Fit down below, which will link you to my other Chillin' channel, Chillin' with Chip. That's where I talk more about the house sits and all that. So this one is more educational. I wouldn't call that one entertaining, but it is more a day-to-day kind of what am I doing thing. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. At least next Wednesday. Bye-bye.